In this short video, we're going to talk about formatting output in Visual Basic. So when you're formatting output, what exactly is output? Output is a value, like numeric or strings, that the program displays for the user based on whatever's executed in the program, such as a button click. Many times we want that output to be formatted so that it is in a more readable format for the user. There are different functions that you can use that will allow you to format your output. The first way to format is to use the toString method. What this does is it converts the value that it's given, such as a double or an integer or any other numeric value, to a string, and then it formats it with whatever format is given. For example, if I want to show, you're only going to use the toString in a label.txt situation. So label, whatever your label's called, LBL, whatever, .text equals whatever your variable's called, .toString, open parentheses, open quotation mark, and then you're going to insert the format, and then close quote, close parentheses. For example, LBL total.text equals DEC total toString, open quotation mark. We want a $sign to show that it is currency, US currency, and then pound, 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 pound. What these pound signs means is that I'm going to have values in the hundreds, and I'm going to have 2 decimal places afterwards, and then of course the 2 closing. If you want to find out more information on other types of toString formats, you can Google it, and also in the MSDN library for Microsoft, there is more information. You can also use the format function in Visual Basic. So with the format function, you're going to say, for example, label total.text equals format, and then you would say DEC total, comma, and then you would put your quotation mark, your currency format here. Notice here it says .00, so we want it to be 0, so it'll round whatever. Otherwise, you would have pound pound if you wanted the decimal places shown. Now, this is most common use of the format function into currency. However, there are others that can be used. For example, again, this is the basic syntax. Label.text equals format, whatever your numeric variable is, comma, and then whatever the format type is within quotation marks. This is another way to write currency. You can simply spell currency out. You can also do a general number, a fixed number, a percent sign, yes or no, on or off. Again, currency, standard, scientific, and true or false. This is what all of that looks like. You can have a numeric variable as the value here, or you can have an actual value. So if we put a general number, it just gives us the numbers. If we add currency, it'll add commas, the decimal place, as well as the $sign. Fixed gives us the decimal. Standard gives us the comma and the decimal. Percent turns that number into a percent sign. And so if it's a percentage, it'll have the decimals and the percent sign after. Scientific gives us exponential or E notation. Yes or no, if it's positive, it'll be yes. If it's negative, it'll be no. True or false, 0 is false and 1 is true. And on and off, just like true and false. If it's a 1, it's on. If it's a 0, it is false. So let's look at a quick example of that. So I have created a small program here. Let's go to the code. And in this example, I've created a button click, and I've declared a double number, and then I'm using the toString method to format it to go into the text box for the label. In the other button, I've declared the same variable, except I'm using the format function in Visual Basic, and I'm going to format it to standard. So when I run this, If I click dollar, it shows up with a dollar sign in the decimal. If I click standard, it just shows up as 3.99. So now you know how to format your numeric output.